Welcome back, my friends. Time for more of this shit. So, last time we joined the mages. He's just gonna stroll about. Stroll about. Join the fire mages. Got a mission from Lord Hagen to go to the Valley of Mines. Bring him proof that the dragons are there, like we say. We also joined the Ring of Water. So this is... Chapter 1 has already ended. Chapter 2 basically consists of the entirety of the Valley of Mines. Or our first mission there, because we returned there on at least one other occasion. And... Chapter 2 should be much quicker. Chapter 3 will probably be a long time because pretty much almost the entirety of the expansion content takes place in the third chapter, if you choose it to do so like I did. You could have done it sooner, before you even go back to the Valley of Mines, but it's much harder then. So this guy's gonna escort us because we're a mage.
You are to escort me to the
we're
pass.
Apparently fragile.
Good. Then I shall do that. I know the
Excuse
way.
me, I don't feel too well. I feel a little sick. I also have a coffee, so don't mind me drinking that.
You already know what I think. Might have gone about it differently.
I was wondering if you would be smart enough to open that. Really, the AI in these games isn't too bad. They're aware of obstacles. They don't usually get stuck on them, but when they do, they sometimes get confused for a bit, and then they wisen up and try to, like, climb over it. Much better than Gothic 3. In Gothic 3, they were stupid as shit. But, I don't know. That's just because it was an unfinished game. Makes me wonder if Joe Wood didn't push Piranha Bytes to release it when they did. I wonder when it would have actually come out. Because it seemed like it was in such an unpolished and just generally incomplete state. I feel like they would have needed like at least another year to finish everything. I'm just wondering how things would have turned out differently. There would have been no piece of shit called Gothic 4. I'm gonna do this just so I stay locked onto him. And I don't have to press the turn keys. So I've been on break. The videos you've seen until now were recorded during the last break. And he's gonna kill it, I'm sure. Or teamwork. Yeah, they were recorded during the last break. I recorded several hours, pretty much in 2 different sittings. And I haven't played this game since then, to be honest. And that was maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. And that's why I've just been kind of stretching the videos out, although they've been coming up slower than I originally intended because of some editing weird shit. They're just, I don't know if he's gonna go after those lurkers. Yes, he will. I'll just let him deal with them. He's invincible. I get the experience anyway. But, he's kind of getting rocked now, though. Oh, he's not invincible, but he just has a shit ton of health. Let's go after the other one, since he's hitting it too. We'll stay focused on him. Yipe! Not anymore. Help me, bro. Nice. Supposed to protect me.
Nothing there.
Yeah, the videos have been coming up slower just because, like, sometimes there are a few of them when I save them. Whoa. They just, inexplicably, the whole screen, like, the whole video would turn black. And, like, there would still be sound and stuff, but you wouldn't see anything. And I had to go back and re-edit the whole thing, which was kind of tiring because of, since I now edit out, like, all the redundant walking and stuff. You ain't done, bitch. Bitch was like, oh, hang on. There's a snack here. Just gonna kill that last lurker, and that should be it. But yeah, since I try to edit out like loading screens in redundant moments, pretty much anytime I'm not talking and there's not really anything happening, yeah, that's why it took so long, because I had to do all that over again, and the videos in question happen to have a lot of walking around. So, yeah, there was just a lot to do. I had to do it all over again. Pain in the ass.
We are there. Whatever awaits you in the Valley of Mines, I hope that you find your way back.
Never fear, I shall return.
Go with Innos. May he always protect you.
Alright. So, it is time to enter the valley. At this point, we don't need this stupid robe. Let's see. Yeah, it's better against magic and fire, obviously. This is better physical protection, and that's what we're gonna need.
Are you sure you want to go in there? I'm afraid you won't get very far. The orcs are on the other side.
If there's a way into the Valley of Mines, I shall find it.
Good.
Oh, yes, I shall.
Go with Innos.
For Innos! There's no way to get through this door without the key, unless you use, like, clipping cheats. Such as this. I have Marvin mode on because the only way you can minimize the game is by turning on Marvin mode and putting it in a window, which you use the F3 button. At least on these American keyboards. These are young wolves. I don't know why they give you the weaker enemies at this point. But it doesn't matter. Now, your choices are twofold. You can continue along this way and get your face raped by 1,000 orcocks, or you can go that way and completely avoid them. And that is what we shall do. I'm pretty sure no one tells you that. Actually, one person might. I have the feeling that an NPC tells you, like, hey, there's an alternate way over. I think it might be Gon, who's a character we never really talked to, but he's a member of the Ring of Water. Oh, there we go. Finally. I think you need to eat like 50 mushrooms to get that. This coffee isn't doing it for me. I don't brew it strong enough. Oh well. I actually meant to do a complete marathon of recording yesterday, but I unfortunately got hung up playing Chivalry all day. Trying to unlock all the weapons, which I managed to do for the knight. And the Vanguard, I unlocked all the primary weapons. I still need to do the secondary ones. But it's lucky I wasn't recording it, because I was raging like you would not believe. Worse than any of my Dark Souls videos, trust me. I was just having like bad lag experiences, and people who are just unbelievably fast when they attack. And it was a completely free-for-all server, just because I felt like even if I died a lot, I would get more kills that way, and I'd be able to unlock the weapons and so forth. Goblins don't have anything useful on them, so ignore it. There's a leather satchel though. Left, right, right, left. Simple. There's a potion. Alright, more mushrooms. Onwards. And then we just stroll across. What? Woo! He'll never get to us. See, that's what I mean. There's no way you can... Theoretically, you could if you were skilled enough, which I know the technique for fighting them. But if they get a single hit on you, you could get screwed. There's a bunch of wolves. Little baby wolves, even though they don't look any smaller. Alright. right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. For some reason, comments have been blowing up on my Dark Mysteries videos. I didn't really check on that for a while, but like, I suddenly found out those videos are getting a generous amount of views lately, which I was not expecting. The views on it kind of died down after I started Dark Souls for some reason. But in the background, they've been doing pretty well. Alright, for some reason it goes instantly to nighttime. There's an orc over there if you can see it. You do not want to go that way. There's a ton of orcs over there as well. That's where the alternative path would have led. That's actually the main route into this place. We're not going there. We'll have to do it later for another quest if I do plan on doing it. I don't want to skip all the side quests. Right, left, right. Ah. Worthless. Actually, that's not too worthless. Just a shame that I broke so many. Oh yeah, there's about to be a cutscene. It would trigger if you go in there for some reason, but it also triggers if you just go down the path, which is what we shall do. I've been putting together my 1 year celebration video, and I keep trying to like add cutscenes from Gothic 1 and 2. Well, it's not really working out because like the cutscenes like render in a video that's extremely small. It's like in the center like of your screen. It's like 1/10 the size, depending on the resolution. But like the higher your resolution is set, the smaller the video appears. And even at the lowest possible resolution, which I think is 800 by 600, it's still like it doesn't take up more than like a third of the screen. But I don't know. Also, when I'm recording those cinematics, the fraps counter shows up for some reason, like even in the recording, which it's not supposed to. I don't need this. Oh yeah, I have to give this back to Laris. We'll do that next time we're in town. Put that back on. Alright. Cutscene will trigger any minute. Let's save. I don't think I'm going to record too many more Chivalry videos. Excuse me. Because I've been kind of spamming it and there's not much more to see. I mean, it's still pretty fun, but if I feel like something special is happening, like some kind of amusing project with a bunch of friends, then I might. This kind of makes me wish I had gone with two-handed weapons, because it's actually pretty damn good. Oh well. Need 5 more dexterity for that. Not a big deal, I'll hardly ever use bows. Yeah, we picked up a rune. It's a teleporter rune, which leads pretty much right to this spot. I already saved. I'm a chronic saver. I forgot the whole reason I had opened this was to grab a torch. Cutscene will trigger in just a second, I'm sure. There it goes. That was pretty badass. I have to remember to cut the audio out of my voice audio out of that, because I started choking on coffee. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose really quick. I've had like a cold lately that just isn't like a real cold. Like I only have a minor cough, but I don't know, it's a real cold, but it's just been taking forever. And I wasn't expecting that battle music for some reason. It was awfully quiet for a minute. Alright. There's a nasty thing over there. It's one of the enemies that were added by this. Although they were in the Dark Mysteries mod, but it's a dragon snapper right over there. It will eat your face if you come near it. It's already eating another face, so we don't have to bother with it. I have leveled up. Where are you? Can't see you. Too dark. Oh, there you are. Ha ha ha! Swatted you like a fucking mosquito. Alright. This part of this chapter is mostly straightforward because even though it's like a, you know, big open area, you are not nearly skilled enough to fight any of the things, so it's pretty much just trying to sneak past everything. Oh, there's another torch. Trying to sneak past everything, staying to rigid paths so you don't get your face raped by orcs or any of the other nasty things around here. So it's not going to take too long, I imagine. How you doing?
What are you standing around here for?
I come from the castle. They've sent me to look for those missing, and to check out the area.
Those missing?
Some fled when the dragons attacked. Most of them didn't make it. No surprise there. But if there are any survivors left, I'll bring them back.
Will you?
Can you help me get into the castle?
Sure. But you have to do me a favor. If you can make it to the castle, talk to the paladin Auric. Tell him that his brother bought it up there at the pass.
How can I get into the castle?
First of all, you can forget the direct path. But if you walk around the castle, you might have a chance from the back. You should stay away from the paths and use the river. It will be best if you swim downstream for a stretch. It should be easier from there. The orcs have set up a ram behind the castle. You can get in that way. Creep up on the orcs as closely as you can, and then run for it. You might just make it if you're fast enough.
Now, I don't know why the orcs would have set up the ram behind the castle instead of trying to attack the front gate, which is obviously the weakest point. But, I don't know, I'm not an orc strategist.
What do I need to know about this area?
If you want to live, go back to wherever you came from. The Greenhides have laid siege to the castle for weeks now, and those dragons are hiding out somewhere too. The entire Valley of Mines is teeming with orcs. No matter where you're headed, this won't be a picnic.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I'm gonna put the torch away for now. Don't head that way, there's tons of snappers. There are lurkers here too. Now, if we head up that way, we'll run into an NPC who'll tell us a pretty neat bit of advice, which is that the orcs don't like to go in the water. So if you stick to the rivers, as long as you're swimming, you'll be fine. But even if they have to swim across the river to get to you on land, they'll do that, because apparently they're not afraid of swimming in water. They just don't want to touch you while you're in the water. Now, this is going to be tough. You kind of have to stick to some rigid paths. You cannot follow the river entirely. You just follow it down here for a bit, but if you keep heading around, you'll run into a dragon snapper who will have no problem chasing you through the water, like he's swimming after you. Oh, come on, I only want one of you. There we go. Not all enemies will avoid you while you're in the water, but some of them will. Dragon snappers are not one of them. Shit! Yeah, you see, this armor protects much better than what I used to fight lurkers in. Gotta be careful though, because they have a much further reach than I do. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Just munch some shrooms. Alright. So you see the path going up there. We have to follow that for a bit. Obviously, we're going to have to fight some lurkers along the way. We have a few more monsters in the woods up there. I could avoid taking hits, but I'm just kind of... I'm going to keep going. I wasn't sure I was going to record this, because I do have to work later. But I kind of forgot I don't have to work as early as I thought I did. Anyway... I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or Risen, because Risen I actually only recorded about an hour's worth of video over the break. And we have to be careful, we can't go too far that way. There will be orcs. And I haven't posted the last one yet because, well, I would say I haven't finished recording it because the game crashed at the end of that 1 hour session. And after what I've posted already, there's only about 15 minutes of video. Oops. Alright, there's a lot of sleeping scavengers. Oh! He wasn't even going after me, he was going for the lurker meat. I have to be careful, they're all asleep, which means they have obviously much less aggro. But you do not want to wake them all up. Oh, all at once at least. They're waking up one at a time, and that's fine. Might as well kill them all. Yipe! They're all over me. They're crazy! I was having trouble seeing which ones were dead. Oh, wow. They're actually kicking my ass. Bitch. That was a fucking onslaught, man. I can take all this meat. I got more meat than I can use right now. Although there's a quest inside the castle where we need it. So I might as well nab it all. Alright. This calls for a potion or two. And a save. Yep. You. But yeah, the 1 year since the first video I posted will be on March 10th, I think. And that just so happened to be the first of those 5 videos I did for Gothic II. Which of course I never completed. I started doing that pretty shitty short, incomplete series I did for Dead Space. Which I wish I had not done. Then after that I started Risen, so it's almost been a year since I did Risen. Since I started Risen, and it's still going. That's a bit weird. I hate boars. Hopefully they don't both come after me. Nah. Boars are like a much more aggressive version of the wolf. They're like based on the same model, and like they have like the same moveset and stuff. As far as I know, I think they might actually only have that charging attack. Kill some bitches. There's a bunch of snappers below us. We have to be careful that... yeah, there they are. Oh, okay. Ooh, I almost walked off before I meant to. This is where we gotta save. Do not get their attention. Avoid it at all costs. Because snappers don't stop following you. Now, we go down to the water here. Yeah, I can see the dragon snapper moving over there. You probably won't be able to see it. Man, my screen is like... got tons of fingerprints and shit all over it. Alright, now just occasionally peek under the water, make sure you're at the deepest point. Just to make sure that you don't actually accidentally step onto the shallower parts. Because then the orcs will take notice of you for some reason. You see them in the water, they don't give a shit whatsoever. Now further up the river, even at its lowest point, does get too shallow for you to swim. It is possible that the orcs will notice you then, bug. But when that happens, you just keep moving. Once you get back into the deep part, they won't chase you anymore. You see, I am mere feet away from them. They don't care. If I were to step into the shallow parts, they would go ape. That was closer than I thought it would be. Oh, come on, back to the deep. There we go. Well, they didn't notice me, so that's all well and good. Yeah, I was raging pretty hard in Chivalry last night just because anyone who's talented with a man-at-arms just has the uncanny ability to always be behind me. And even with my mouse sensitivity up to 100%, I cannot turn around fast enough to see them. Alright, have a cheese. Have a save. Alright, this part could get dangerous, but there is an easy way if you have the materials for it. You see that kind of pyramid thingy there? It's really hard to see. Basically, there's a castle. Oh man, excuse me, I got hiccups or something. There's a broken tower, a burned down hut, then there's like that teepee looking thing, just like a cone or a pyramid or something. That is the battering ram. They tried to break down the wall with it, but it just broke down their machine instead, and it happens to serve as a good ramp. Alright. Easiest way to do this without taking a single hit is to have a snapper weed and then just fucking haul ass. All the orcs will see you. They'll come after you, but you're fast enough. It only lasts for 15 seconds, but that is all you need. And we are safe. And when you're safe, you want to save.